Hello! Wanted to catch you before the ad break, which is going to start in like 45 seconds. Whoever my one viewer is. Anyway, just saying hi, and I'll see you in a bit. Hey, how are you doing today? I just realized I need that. Maybe I can have it off to the side. Maybe that can be off to the side. So, today we're looking at the TET. And, yeah. So, I have been wanting this keyboard for quite a long time. And, really since I saw it, because I really like the triangle design on the bottom. I kind of waited a little bit too long, and I'm only able to get the random assortment, which we'll take a look at in a second, of triangles. But it's still a really neat design, and I think that the random assortment of triangles are going to really work with the Retro Mixed Lights keycaps with the dark alphas. So let's take a look at the accessories. Starting with the said triangles. So the triangles, they look like they might have some little blemishes on them. I did not go through any of this stuff beforehand, really. I kind of looked at the board, but let's take a look here and see. This is the one that looks like it just looks like it's a bad ano on it. I might reach out to them about that. But otherwise, we have basically one of every color. There is nothing bad on the top. I don't know that I'm really concerned about the bottoms. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I be concerned about the bad anodization on the bottom? Or it's just going to be on the bottom, and I'm probably never going to be able to get more of the triangles, so it's probably going to be installed, and the only thing I would do would be to change up the order. This is the PC plate. The PC plate comes in two pieces, so the numpad, which it does have, it will not be visible. No, it is only on the bottom. I checked the tops, and the tops look fine. So the numpad is a separate polycarbonate piece, and it is polycarbonate. Then our foam kit because the Adept loves foams. The foam, however, not a separate piece, which is kind of weird decision on their part. And then we have the PCB. Which comes with shims, which tells me that this is probably a 1.2 millimeter thickness PCB. It is really nice. Hey, plastic bits. This is the daughter board that comes attached with JST. There are only the accent lights for the triangle on top and caps lock RGB. There are no other RGBs on it. Again, this is a 1.2 millimeter PCB. And yeah, other than that, it's interesting. Let's see. Do we have any options here? We do not have any options on this PCB. So you're pretty much locked into what looks like a 6.25U spacebar, 1.5 keys over here, 1.25s over here, and everything else is pretty much as one would expect. It has a full right shift, which is fine for this board. Yeah, pretty straightforward. And that is our PCB. Now it's time for the star of the show. It did come in two separate boxes, by the way. So that box does not fit inside of this box. Although, you know, with this piece on top, maybe it could. Who knows? No. Okay. Set that to the side. We have whatever's in here. I assume it's the feet and gaskets and that kind of thing. So this is going to be a plate-mounted gasket. Or, I think it's, or top mount. I can't remember what style is on here. Wait, actually, oh, I'm trying to open it from the wrong end because I'm an idiot. Alright, let's go. There we go. Alright, let's see what's in here. Scoot that back. So, no case, but it does come with a microfiber cloth, similar to a couple other ones that I've gotten. Oh, it is gasket mounted. Yay, gaskets. Those are going to be our giant dot feet. Apparently there are 6 of them. I don't know if there's 6 on the case. We'll take a look at that. There is a free-floating screw. I don't know why, but I guess we'll figure that out. Kind of weird hex screwdriver. Probably won't use that. So there's these screws. There's these smaller screws. There's our gaskets. There's our gaskets. And now for the star of the show. So here is the top. Let's go ahead and peel that back. At this point, there were not many other choices for colors, but I was able to get the laser back. Wait, do we want to take that off yet? Maybe we don't want to take that off just yet. What do you think? Nah, we'll leave it on for now while I build. We'll take you out. Anything else? No. Okay. I mean, it's got really fancy packaging, hard, cardboard, so feels quality-ish, qualitesque. Is that a word? It is now. All right, so let's do some maths here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 to grow on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 to grow on. That is going to mean that we are going to use Type Plus stabs. Woohoo! So Type Plus stabs are probably the only non-Paigu style stabs that I like, and that is because of their design. They tend not to rattle as well. They also come with their own shims. I don't know which ones we'll use. We'll probably use these. Type Plus stabs are interesting and unique because they are specific to which side they go on because of their hook design. And by that, if you haven't seen them yet, they kind of almost have like a co-star hook on them, which fits in, and we'll look at that as we go through this. We're going to need that. That back, bring out our little piece of QK thing, lube. So you kind of have to keep them together because they and on their specific sides. So that is a little weird. Oh wait, and I'm still not gonna have enough, am I? Let's remath this because I'm probably gonna use both then. So that is spacebar 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a TKL set. I lied. Why are you making a liar out of me? I bet I have one more. Glad I did that math again before I started this. Hey, thanks for the follow, Geekhack. That's awesome. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hey, DNA True Shot, what's going on, man? And close it back up. And then Aha! There we go. Yep, almost another whole set. Okay. But we just need one. This goes back in here. And it goes back in here. Oh, you just ordered your own TET? Nice. Like I was saying at the very beginning of the stream, I have kind of been wanting the TET since I first saw it, because I thought it was pretty awesome looking. It was one of the very first FRL 1800s that I'd ever seen, was the TET. But I could not get it because of the cost. So... But I mean, you know, now that it's $100, well, that makes it much more the Adept friendly. So we are going to end up using Pi Gustabs, and we are going to end up using the shims that come with. Maybe? Does it need shims? I thought it was a 1.6 mil. I don't have a wireless keyboard down here. So, you're going to come back. Let's double check before I go crazy. Did y'all see the Eve? If you haven't seen the Eve, this is... I made some changes since the stream. We went ahead and replaced the Osume keycaps with some clones of Spellbook. Yeah, it's 100. Well, it's $200 total. Yeah, it's like $100 for the case, and then you have to add the stuff that you need to make it a keyboard. Sorry, that's my bad. Nope, sure enough, 1.2, which means I'll need additional shim, so I might just steal them from the Type Plus. I think I will. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. That's my bad. So we will be using the shims from the Type Plus, and this will just become a 1.6 only set, and that's fine by me, since 90% of the keyboards I get are 1.6 mil, and I would say half of the non 1.6 mil are plate mount only. So many stabs. Okay, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere. Since I have a bunch of stabs to lube. Then we got a TET to build. Like I was saying earlier, Retro Mixed Lights is going to go on here, and that's going to look awesome, I think. So I just use a little bit of 205G0 on these because they have silicone inserts and they don't really need anything, but I just do a little extra to cover my bases. And I haven't had any tick yet, so knock on wood, at least as much wood as this is. Yeah, yeah. Tariffs are going to be hitting soon, and I'm not happy about it. Although I think it's hilarious that Amazon is going to show you exactly what your tariff upcharge is going to be. I think that's funny. And yeah, if they and then the administration is mad about that, and to that I say, well, if you don't like it being advertised, don't do it. But, you know, that's me. Everybody's welcome to their own opinion. Now, the Canon Keys is having a spring sale that just started today. You can get the Brutal V2 1800 for $329 and get extras with it, 2 different extras that I think you get to pick. I didn't look at exactly what it is, because $329 after buying the TET, the Neo 65CU, and the Eve. Even I mean, that's way out of my current budget. Then I did buy some of the HMX finickies. Their equivalent of the raw switch. So I bought those today. Because, you know, that's what I need to add more switches to my 12,000 switches that I own. By the way, that is an estimate, but it's not inaccurate. Based on my container units and the numbers that I buy switches in, which is I buy 110 at a time so that I can build out a full-sized keyboard should I want. Or at least the QK101 and the Zoom 98. The Zoom 98, which actually has, despite the name, has more keys on it and can have even more keys on it than a QK101, which actually has 101 keys because it's missing a single row. Because it has a screen. Sorry. I love the screen on the QK80 and the QK101. I think that is, like, I've encountered a lot of bad screens. Because I like little screen accents, because I like putting little GIFs that I can change on a whim. And And it is the best screen I've encountered so far. Oh, no, it is backwards. It's in there backwards. All right, here we go. Yeah. With the worst being so far well, it's a toss-up between the RT100 screen, only because it doesn't have any storage in it. So when you turn it off, it resets, and you got to set it up again next time you plug it in, which is annoying. Maybe they fixed that by now, because I got one of the very first ones that came out. And then, but really, it's the Story 65, which it has a screen, but the resolution on the screen is bad. The screen has storage, so that's good. But the resolution on the screen is horrible, and the storage is like minuscule. So you can't put a very big GIF. I think I put a static image on there because I was annoyed at trying to figure out how small I needed to make it. All right, last one. How are y'all doing? I know I've already asked that, but it seems like there might be new people here. And I'm always interested. Partially because I'm talking to a void. Not to avoid, but to a void. The distinction is subtle, but distinct. Because it's a distinction, therefore. Come on, you. Don't do that. Don't be there. Don't be that guy. Don't be that stab. Alright. All stabs are lubed. Oh, my question of the day is, if you are a gamer, what game are you playing right now, or are you excited to play if you haven't actually started playing it yet? I always have a few, so we're actually going to disconnect the JST. Where is my... Oh, you're here somewhere. No, I saw you before the stream. Oh, because you're on the other side, where you don't belong. So, the Wuche Studio switch puller is made of titanium and is one of the most versatile tools in my keyboard arsenal. It's just so handy. Oh, ignore that person. Because they're a monster. Hey, remember when I said that it's 6.25U? I was wrong. That is a 7U. Which means I need to be right back. Don't go nowhere, everybody. I'll leave the music going, though. So, funny story. The Pygoo stabs do not come with 7U wires. So, you can get them separately, or, as I'm doing, you can harvest them out of another kit that you don't use anymore because it pings every time you put it into a keyboard. Like this one. This is the wire from a Novel Keys stab set. Or, yeah, stab set. I said it right. Okay. Crisis averted. Alright, let's try this again. Goes down. Hey, look, it fits. Therefore, it sits. Okay. Oh, if you are thinking about this for your dad, then keep in mind that some people are a little picky about whether or not their number pad has a full 2U number on it, because this does not. It has a 1U 0. So if that is going to be a big deal to your dad, then even if the customs aren't a thing for you, then cool. Then that might be. Gosh darn it all to heck. Jilly G. Willikers, golly gosh darn it all to heck and back. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear so badly, but I forgot my... Ooh. You're so cute. You're right there. You're gonna go up there. But what I do need is you. Why? So the PE sheet has flex cuts in it for no reason. I guess maybe there was a flex cut version at some point. But, you know. Yeah, we're going to do it like this. Okay. Handy dandy scissors. Okay. Once again, crisis averted. Except for my cat. He's having a crisis of conscience. Okay, that's 3. Guess I gotta wait again. Okay, now, alright, now it's finally where it needs to be, I think. It's interesting how they do this with separate plate, but it's still just kind of, it's just a seam. I'll need to remember that. So as I was saying, or as I say in the build, we are going to be using once again the HMX Hades switches. I haven't really found the right combination for this switch. Like, what board is it for me? I don't know yet. I'm hoping this is the one, because it would work. Like, it's gonna be great. I have a feeling. I've got a feeling tonight is going to be a good night. So yeah, I'm on call this week. Thankfully, it's been quiet. Let's do the opposite corner. Oh, you know why? It's gonna be. Look at that. Such an interesting design. And does anybody out there like FRL 1800s, like prefer them like I do? Because I currently have one, two, three, 4, 5. I currently have 5 of them. I may have to close that window because I think they're still doing landscaping outside. Let me know if y'all can hear that, because I'll go ahead and close the window. So it's possible that we'll get this all together. I don't even know what an FRL, NRL, AKL means. I think you're just talking about a 40% at that point. Or just, it's your hands. Are you just typing on wood? Because I'm guessing alpha keyless, number keyless, FRO keyless. I don't think that counts as an 1800. And hello, how are you? Pretty sure that's just you doing this. And hoping for the best. Or you've got one of those neural do you have a neural interface, Galaxix? Because that would be cool. Voice to text. That probably makes playing games harder. I guess you could just use a controller. It makes playing good games harder. Which is also not true, because, you know, you can play Civ with a controller. Which somehow seems wrong. I know, because I play Civ on my Steam Deck. So it was fun. It was weird. The PE sheet has flex cuts in it. Nothing else in this keyboard has flex cuts in it. Yeah, I guess you don't really... Well, I like to name my own cities. The Adeptopolis. You know, the Adeptville. Old Towny, the Adept. You know, the usual. Don't forget the Adeptberg. It just seems weird, because, and that's probably what it is, because, like, the plate doesn't have flex cuts in it, except for these little relief cuts here, here, and, of course, the seam here. So, if any of you play role-playing games on the computer, like Baldur's Gate or Fallout or just any of those, Skyrim, of course, how long do you take designing your character portrait? I ask this for a very good reason. Because at this point in the build, we have our triangles. So let's take a look at this. I'm guessing I actually need to remove it. Alright, so now I need to figure this out. Now we get appeal. This is very appealing, everybody. Because that laser is fine. Especially if you want to look at my ceiling. So it looks, well, don't look at me. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome. The back. Oh, man. And just in case you were wondering, ignore the oily marks I just put on there, but okay. Oh, we need to turn it over. And you're going to go to the side. You're also going to go off to the side for the moment. Yeah. I could have gone like all stealth, but I decided that the laser was kind of the way to go. So it appears as if there are 4 screws holding on the laser weight, and that we will need to take off the laser weight to get to the bottom so we can install the daughter board as well as install our little triangles. I know I probably should have watched a build video for this before now, and technically I did, only that technically means that it was like, 6 months or a year ago. Okay, so there's the bottom without the weight. There's the bottom of the weight. All right. I'm going to need you guys to behave over there while we do this. How do we do this? I guess is the best question. Yes, I'm going to make it messy. First things first. How do we put these in what order? So you guys are going to have to be at opposite corners, as are you. Guessing black is going to need to be in the center. Are there hook pieces on the insides? No. Oh, okay. Alright, now I've got it. Now I figured it out. So like that. And then there is a right order. Okay, so now they're all in. How do I screw them in without them falling all over the Jilly G Willikers gosh darn place. I think these are going to be my screws for this. Will they stay? They will now. Let's see, what do we got here? Phillips head. That's crazy sauce. And if anybody is interested in my pattern logic, I will explain it. No, it did not. Okay. No, because I already put one there. Can't screw in a screw. Can't triple stamp a double stamp. Okay, so if I did all that right, should be able to lift this up, turn it over, and booyah! We have our triangle. And so we'll turn it back over. And now we need to worry about our daughter board. That is accurate. Does it seem to anybody else like there's going to be a lot of extra screws for this? Aside from me. Because I only need 4 for this particular maneuver. Also Phillips head. Interesting. Okay. Now we should be able to take our... By the way, this is so much lighter without, you know, a giant weight on it. There we go. Okay. Hopefully that didn't awaken anything in me. Okay. Okay. Keep all screws away from the finish. Speaking of which, we should probably just put our feet on now. Since we got it upside down anyway, it looks like there are 4 feet placements. And make sure that, because almost guarantee that the stuff on there is probably lube from lubing stabs. All right. I like these feet, but I'm glad they gave you extras because I have a feeling that they are not going to be generally available, especially after soon. They look fine though. Okay. Looks like we have 4 at the top, 4 at the bottom. Looks like the TET uses 3 different types of screws. Not my fave. It might be a... I need to go up 1 more size. Yeah. That's it. Hey, at least these are magnetic. Hey, my watch is running out of power. You have the choice between a Samsung and a Fitbit Versa. Fitbit Versa every time. I guess not every time. I guess if you have a Samsung phone, having the Samsung watch actually does a lot of extra stuff that you don't get with a Fitbit, but still. Oh, our screw should be out. Then I should be able to turn this over, lift that off, grab our foam. Nope, that's right. Nope, that's wrong. Oh, that's right. Okay. Because the Adept loves foams. Funny story. Then we'll put on our gaskets. What if we'll have extras? Looks like we should, but there are a lot of spots for these. This one has a little tongue sticking out. We're going to leave it because it's fun. Whimsy. Just like going into a Target and yelling out the word Merkin. Which, you know, if you've never done that, you're missing out. So many gaskets. And it's very interesting that they have some, like these two, which are smaller than the rest. And these two, obviously the spacebar, has a lot more gasket arm to it. Hey, look, there are extras. Yay. For the same reason I'm noted before. Alright. So, plug this in. In. Still a decent amount of flex here. Oop. Uh-oh. Don't want to forget you, little light blocker. Still has a decent amount of flex to it. Let's turn this over. Get this re-screwed down. What are y'all thinking of the build so far that you've seen? Oh, that's what it is. So when I opened this, if you weren't around, there was an extra loose screw that wasn't in any of the packs. That was just kind of there. I'm like, I guess it'll make sense later. It's an extra case screw. That's nice. So we get an extra gasket, extra case screw, extra full set of daughter board. Screws, it seems like. Okay. Thank you, Jim Goat. Enjoy retirement. And so, let's actually see if this thing powers on. It does. Look at that. Caps lock works. Num lock is on. We have our triangular glow. That all works. We'll try that a little bit more after we install our keycaps. Our keycaps for today are going to be the Retro Mixed Lights with the Dark Alphas. The Dark Alphas being these. I don't need that. I don't need that. I do need that though. It's all dark. Then we'll add in our splashes of color. Well, actually, no. Then we'll add in more dark, and then we'll add in a splash of colors. Okay, you are done. As I said, then we'll add in more dark. Nope, 2 5s. Right. Scoops and bars. Scoops and bars. Anybody want to weigh in on the scoops versus bars situation? I'm obviously team bars, but you know, you're welcome to your opinion, even if it might be wrong. As I previously noted, it does have a 1U. That might be an issue. We'll have to see. And the main set. Well, I mean, if you have a set that has nipples on it, I guess, you know, free the nipple. I mean, that's like a given. They put that on t-shirts. Pretty sure my cat just farted. Yeah, okay. How do we want to do this? We're going to do this like this. What do I need? So some things are missing because I'm double dipping on sets. But it means I have to pull some keys off of another keyboard to make this work. Not here, though. Let's see. You move forward a little bit. Okay. I'm going to put the red stripe in. The terracotta stripe. But I think I'm going to leave that. It is. Come back. So the set that has the rest of those keycaps on it is the Hola. And I need a couple of keys from here. One is going to be caps lock. And one is going to be very unfortunate. That is the plus. That might mean I end up splitting the plus on the Hola, which I might do. That's fine. And then I think I have everything else. I have these, they're right there. But I think instead I am just going to do this. Skipping red. Let's grab this, put that there. Grab our enter. Okay. Starting to look like a keyboard. away. You'll get your plus later. And a minus, if you're lucky. Okay. Great. Here. Cover. One. Right. Later. Okay. Put you guys off to the side. Clean it up a little. Got to get your best foot forward. Come on, oily pieces, come off. All right, guess that's good enough for now. What do y'all think? This is it. The TET. I'm very excited. All right. Hey, looks like we have some people over on the YouTube chat too. That's nice. Sorry, y'all got buried by my music video. Yeah, it's more of a shiny rainbow. Speaking of the music, let's go ahead and pause that for a moment. We're going to do a quick sound test. So this is the TET with HMX Hades switches with KKB Retro Mixed Lights Dark Alpha. Yeah, the HMX Hades switches are one of the deeper HMX switches. I I haven't used it too extensively yet, but only because of the it occasionally produces a little bit of spring ping, and so it's not really. See, it's there a little. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but it's just like occasionally on the rebound I hear some spring ping, just a little, just enough. But yeah, and so eventually I'll get annoyed by that, and I will go ahead and change them out for something that doesn't have that. But here's the back. For those of you who might have missed it earlier, here's our laser weight with the triangles in a very specific order, except for the green. I wish the green wasn't green, but you know, would have been better if it were brown, but it's not. But yeah, and if anybody knows where I can get more triangles, I would love to get some blue, more of the blue, more of the gray, and more of the black. But, you know, that would be ideal. They don't carry them anymore. But yeah, so then that curve side profile, which I really like. Even if there is a little bit of oil there, let's see if I can show you guys how good it can look. I cannot, apparently. Yeah, that's better. There we go. Yeah, so there's like this curve to it, and then there's this curve to the bottom right here, which is nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see what you do with the TET yourself. Did you also get black? Yeah, might be already gone. Anyway, have a great night. But yeah, so this is the TET. Let's see if they have done their due diligence. They are KBD fans after all. So I would kind of expect them to be. Let's go ahead and get some, see what we can do with the light. See what we can do about. Oh, interesting. The TET PCB is the same as the Odin Mini PCB. Obviously that makes sense though. And they did do their due diligence, so that's nice. Oh, E-White. That's got to go. And that's fine. Guessing gradient isn't really going to do much because that. Seems like rainbow mood is the same thing 3 times. At different speeds, maybe? Apparently, this should have had a lot more stuff to it than it did. Okay. That's fine. Let's go check out our layer 1. And that doesn't need to be that. So we're going to go. Set these things up always the same on these on my keyboards, because that way I know what they are, and I set volume and playing stuff in multiple places because I go for both depending on how I'm feeling. Mute. Okay. That's pretty much all I need, right? There's my function row. You don't need to be delete. You do need to be a tilde. Oh, that's fun. I haven't tested all my keys yet. You don't come up because you don't do a thing. Okay. And the keyboard works. Everything works. That's nice. And yeah, that's the build. Does anybody have any questions? Anything they want me to try? Anything they want to see? Anything I might have missed? I have to take my obligatory drink of Coke Zero. Not sponsored, but if Coca-Cola Zero wants to sponsor me, I would be willing to take it. So yeah, so the keycaps are Retro Mixed Lights, Simbi. Um, and I have the dark alphas on them. Um, I do have these keys. I just opted to do just that for no good reason, honestly. Um, but yeah, that's the build. I think with that, it is just about 6. I will see. Let's see if anybody else is out there, or if there's anything else that we wanted to do. If there's anything we wanted to take a look at, I've got the new CU. I've got the Eve 65. Let's get that out of the way. Which I have my clones of Spellbook on it. That came out deep. We could try different switches on here. Otherwise, we will take a look and see if there's anybody else streaming right now. I think that'll be my big determiner. There's somebody I can give off to. Yes. If not, we change out switches. Oh, no, Manic Geek. Look at that. Why don't we go join the Manic Geek as he is starting a Lily 58 Pro. In honor of Kitchen. I don't know who Kitchen is, but we'll find out together. Thanks for joining me. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. And we can chat in the Manic Geek chat. And yeah, thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Also working on a Lily 58 Pro, which supports both regular and low-profile hotspot sockets. So we're soldering in some sockets today for the standard MX stuff, and we're going to test them out later, just to hear what the board sounds like in general, see what it looks like. It's not going to be functioning yet. I don't have any controllers, and I don't have the OLEDs yet, but stay tuned, TM. Doing pretty good. Built the TET today. I have always wanted to build a TET. How was that? How's that end up going for you? Also, if you got a raid and run, totally understand. We'll see you next time. If you're gonna hang out for a little bit, glad to see you. And let's go ahead and follow the adept if you're not doing so already. Another creator in the keyboard community.
Do I have your...
Finally in my groove with this for the most part. We only need to do minor corrections on the sockets now. We're cooking with gas. We're getting through it. Oh, that one was very excited to be free. No, I hang out for a little bit. Ted was really nice. Good to hear. Good to hear. Yeah, I haven't really necessarily heard personal build or was it a client thing? You know what's messed up about soldering in hot swap sockets? It's so easy to get them installed. Removing them is the biggest nightmare. Like, it's actually just painful to remove and replace hot swap sockets. I have done it before. It was not fun. It was not over quickly. I did not enjoy the process. Personal, just about to start taking commissions if I can find people who are interested. I have been struggling on the commission side of things. I've got a few boards that are going to be getting sent to me here soon. But I've not really gotten any bites with commissions. Clownfish sends over boards every now and then. We actually, we just built a stacked acrylic Austin for Clownfish. We're getting ready to send that back along with his Neo Ergo. And I've got Lieutenant Asshole wanting to send a few boards as well. He just needs to get some parts in, I think, and then he'll be sending those over to us. He wants to send over his Tex Shinobi. He wants to send over that Protozoa TKL. I'm blanking on the name of it off the top of my head, and his CW88. So we'll have a few boards in to build from there, but most of the rest of what I'm going to be doing is experimenting with different switches and keycaps and like rebuilding some of our existing boards. Until I get some cash flow going again, then I'll be able to start investing properly in better boards to look at, better cameras to have better views of everything, a better lighting situation, so I don't have like this overly intense light that like blows out everything on my desk. Just general upgrades, up to and including the content itself. That said, I suppose I could also start accepting paid sponsorships for producing content. I felt like selling my soul like that. That's actually a conversation that I got into with Spaceballs when I was in Seattle a couple of weekends back. It was an interesting talk to hear someone else's take on the whole situation. And I definitely have a newfound appreciation for content creators that do accept like paid sponsorships to produce content. But I also know that there